Murphy Brown is about a tough anchor woman who's also very human.
I've got something to say. I really want a cigarette.
She has just gotten out of the Betty Ford Clinic.
Thanks for sending me the Chippendales calendar. Mr. March got me through August.
Murphy Brown is outrageous.
I'll do my Ted Koppel impression.
She's like Mike Wallace, just slightly younger and has better legs.
Are you ready for Candice Bergen as Murphy Brown? Premieres November 14th.
Man has AIDS.
Theirs was the ultimate pain.
Am I gonna die, Mom?
Yes, Ben, you are.
But they fought back with incredible bravery.
We can't let him do this alone.
A film of such profound courage
What is it like in heaven?
It's like going home.
and uplifting optimism
You'll see a light, a beautiful, shining light.
that every parent must share it. Linda Hamilton, Richard Thomas, Go Toward the Light, Tuesday.
This is CBS.
Happy Halloween. Tonight, some parents keep their kids inside for tricks and treats.
Imelda Marcos could go to jail if she doesn't raise $5 million bail.
You'll see why the Oregonian is pulling Kathy from the comics.
And one explanation for ghost riders in the sky. Join Shirley and me next.
Building a safer automobile, Cadillac style.
At Cadillac, we offer you more than world-class luxury, because beneath our elegant lines,
You'll find a rigid safety cage designed to protect you and your family.
under our distinctive grills,
Our powerful V8 engines that let you pass with confidence.
and behind our classic wheels,
Sophisticated anti-lock brakes are available.
proving that a beautiful automobile can also be a safer one.
Cadillac style. Oh, hi. Welcome to the Cheating Gourmet, where we make it easier to get out of the kitchen. Today, we have 7 ways to cheat with new Joy of Chicken. Let's try Joy of Chicken Sweet and Sour. Just pour the sauce on, bake or grill, and almost no time in the kitchen. Who's gonna know? You say you want a crispy coating? Try Joy of Chicken Lemon Herb. So simple, so delicious. So get out of the kitchen!
New Joy of Chicken. 7 delicious ways to make chicken from French's.
The man on the left has a car with plush interior, European styling, room for 5. The man on the right has all that too, plus front-wheel drive. But one big difference between these two cars is that the man on the left is still paying for his. The affordable Hyundai Excel, just $54.99. Hyundai, cars that make sense.
KOIN TV, Portland, Vancouver. The #1 news station for Oregon and Southwest Washington. Mike Donahue, Shirley Hancock, Bill Volker with weather, and Ed Whalen sports. Newsroom 6 at 11.
This is the time when things go bump in the night. Some imagined, some real.
A comic strip disappears from the Oregonian's pages, and some readers are not laughing.
And if you're looking for a prime piece of real estate, do we have a deal for you? Good evening. I'm Shirley Hancock.
I'm Mike Donahue. A new idea is catching on this Halloween, a safer way to celebrate.
Kim Inslee reports parents are steering their children away from trick-or-treating this year and into organized parties.
This is the traditional way kids celebrate Halloween, out in costume, going door to door to fill their bags with candy. But more and more parents are taking their children to alternative celebrations, like this one at Durham Elementary School in Tigard.
We have a very strong parent association, and in conjunction with our staff, we just felt that it was time to offer kids and parents maybe a fun alternative for Halloween evening.
Concern for children's safety spawned this annual Halloween carnival in North Portland at Holy Redeemer School.
3 years ago we started this so that the kids would have an alternative to being out trick-or-treating in the neighborhood, so that they wouldn't have to go door to door if they didn't want to. And so we kind of provide a carnival atmosphere and dinner and everything, and they can come and have a good time here, and they don't have to be in the neighborhood.
Parents are finding they can keep a watchful eye on their children in a safe environment where children can have fun.
I already won something over there. I won a teddy bear.
This carnival is the result of a lot of planning and hard work on the part of parents, all worth it for a safe Halloween. And for the children, they still get plenty of what they crave on Halloween.
Candy. Is this candy?
plenty of treats without any tricks. I'm Kim Inslee reporting for Newsroom 6.
3 generations of trick-or-treaters gathered at a home in the Woodstock district of southeast Portland tonight to renew a Halloween tradition. For some 30 years, members of the family of Dan and Gladys Jarvin have gone trick-or-treating in this neighborhood. Their children have become parents themselves, but they still return to the Jarvin house every Halloween, along with the friends with whom they grew up.
Gives me a lot of stability having the old neighborhood here and be able to get together with them once in a while. And the rest of the time we might not see each other all the time, but it's great to have these reasons to get together.
The Jarvins provided a sit-down dinner for the children, after which the entourage canvassed the neighborhood in search of treats.
Hostage Terry Anderson says more effort was spent saving whales in Alaska than winning his freedom. But President Reagan thinks Anderson was reading a terrorist script in the latest videotape released today.
I've been very close to being released several times over the past 2 years. But each time it seems that the U.S. government uses its influence to stop any agreement from being made.
That is absolutely not true, but let me point something out. Terry Anderson in that terrible confinement at the hands of those barbarians. Any information he has to have come from them.
Reagan said his administration is doing everything it can short of negotiating with terrorists. Former hostage Lawrence Jenko says he was given the same script by his captors, but the tape was never released. Another former hostage, David Jacobson, believes the statement was from Anderson's heart and not dictated, while a counterterrorism expert calls the tape a last-ditch effort to play on family emotions before the U.S. election.
George Bush says he, quote, absolutely did not deal with terrorists during the 1985 TWA hijacking in Beirut, a charge Terry Anderson made today on that tape. On the NBC Nightly News, Bush had this reply to his opponent's call for an election eve debate.
Read my fingers.
Earlier, Bush chided Dukakis for wearing the liberal label again. The governor yesterday said he has the liberal views of John Kennedy, Harry Truman, and Franklin Roosevelt.
And that spells bad news for my opponent, because he won't get elected unless things get worse, and things won't get worse unless he gets elected. So,
there's a feeling in the air. And it smells like victory to me.
In California, Dukakis was telling the crowds the race is getting tighter, that his candidacy is on the move. By identifying with the 3 former presidents, he hopes to attract Democrats. Dukakis says he comes from a tradition of caring, while Bush is only pretending to care. Kitty Dukakis was hospitalized tonight in St. Paul, Minnesota. A campaign spokesman says Mrs. Dukakis has a viral infection. Earlier today, she went to the hospital for tests, was given antibiotics and released, and then later was admitted, complaining of fever and chills.
Fans of the comic strip Kathy are going to be disappointed this week. The Oregonian newspaper is refusing to run the strip. The paper says Kathy contains political statements that are inappropriate on the comic page. The paper reports over 100 people called today to complain about the strip being removed. One man even spent several hours this afternoon picketing the Oregonian and showing an enlarged copy of the embargoed strip to passersby.
And it's so neutral. I cannot understand why it was pulled. There are many other columns that are much more biased. Biased liberally, biased conservatively. It just seems very odd that this is happening.
Today's Kathy shows a child in a Statue of Liberty costume whose mother wants her to ask people to vote while the girl goes trick-or-treating. When the mother remarks the youngster will learn a valuable lesson about what's in store for her future, the child is shown thinking therapy at age 5.
A new jail is accepting prisoners tonight, but the sheriff says almost 500 should-be convicts are still on the streets because of overcrowding.